2010 Citroen dispatch in the workshop today with a bit of an odd fault. The vehicle's running there at the minute. I'll switch it off and you'll see the fault. There we go, vehicle's running. No faults on the dashboard. Once I turn off the ignition. It takes a minute or so to do the fault. The best view of it is from the front. So that buzzing noise in the background is coming from the engine bay. Typical, as soon as I turn me back, I've got the key here. There we go, headlights are on. And the wipers. Sweeping the windscreen. If I unlock the vehicle, they go off. Put the key in. It's brought control units to life. Turn the ignition on. Start up. Key back out. Before I didn't even have to lock the vehicle. It just started. The buzzing that was coming from the BSM has stopped. It's definitely coming out the BSM here. And we had a list of faults. I've done a global scan on the vehicle. That's basically faults in the BSI, faults in the engine, faults in the ABS, faults in the bodywork conversion unit, and the BSM, and then the multifunction screen. Printed the faults off. That was basically voltage faults, etc. Oh, there we go. She goes again. Check out the wiring diagrams. This is the one for the headlights. Headlights are fed. This is the BSM. They're fed from the BSM. And also, scroll down to the windscreen washer system. Wiper. Standard. And again, that's the wiper motor there. That again is fed from this, which is the underbonnet fuse box, the BSM. It's pointing towards a BSM fault. So I'm going to pull this BSM out. I'm going to check powers and grounds to it initially to make sure that it's got power, and also check the CAN signals to it as well. So as you can see, we've got power coming in from this maxi 150 amp maxi fuse. That's the big screw terminal on the BSM, and then these two yellow wires, even though they won't be yellow on the vehicle, I wouldn't imagine. Actually, the yellow and green there might be. These are chassis grounds, and then the CAN wires, pin 11 and 12, which denoted as black. They could be any colour. With French vehicles, they tend to use numbering for the wiring rather than colouring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a voltage drop check between battery positive and the power to the BSM, and also from the battery negative to the ground connections on the BSM. Wipers are going ballistic again. Just cycle this ignition to get them off. Right, that BSM's buzzing again. So I've got my multimeter connected. I'm going to put this out of the way, that in there onto the main power connection of the BSM, the stud, and then put this end, it's already on, it's onto the positive terminal of the battery, and I'm looking for a voltage drop of less than 100 milliamps, which I have. I've got 100 millivolts. I have. I've got 2 millivolts. I've started to rise there because there's some load being put on because the wipers are running now and the lights have come on. So I've got a couple of connectors on already pre-connected here. They're onto the 2 ground wires. I'm going to do the same test on there. Go on there. As you can see, minus 13.5 volts. That's what the battery support unit's given us. So I'm expecting little or no voltage drop here, and move that onto the negative terminal of the battery. And again, 50 millivolts. And we'll go on to the other one. Check that one as well. 50-60 millivolts. So I'm happy that power and ground to this unit is good. So next is the CAN communication. So I'll connect onto the CAN lines and get the scope out and check the CAN communication to the unit. Right, I'm connected to the CAN wires there now. This purple and yellow twisted pair that I'm on. That's the CAN communication lines from the BSI, which is the body control module inside the vehicle. And there's the CAN signal there. All looks pretty okay. Nothing really there to worry about. So I'm happy that the CAN's okay. So where we at, we've got good power and good ground to this BSM, engine bay fuse box, whatever you want to call it. But as I say, it's going ballistic. So you see the wipers are going, the headlights are on. Both of these are controlled from the underbonnet fuse box. If we go back to the fault codes as well, when we look down the list of faults that we've got, unexpected reinitialization of fault coming from the BSI, engine wiring, housing, ignition. So it's basically power supply fault there. It's on the engine ECU, they're saying the preheating relay for the glow plugs is never supplied, and the fan high-speed control is short-circuited to ground. What's that one? BSM, fault and controller relay, short to ground, ignition positive, relay output harness fault short to positive. So basically lots of power supply faults. When I go through it and go through the wiring diagrams, the control units that have got the power supply faults are all supplied by this underbonnet fuse box. So it's looking like this is going to need a fuse box. As you can hear, it's buzzing away there. There's something not right in there. So I'm going to pull it out and inspect it and have a look at it. Right, I've got it off the vehicle. I was expecting to see some crusties or something in these plugs, but everything kind of looks all right. It's pretty dry. If I look at the back side of it though, bit of damage on that corner. What looks like possible watermarks on that corner, and that corner is the lowest. Kind of sits like that in the engine bay, in the fuse box. That's the lowest corner. So if any water is going to sort of congregate, it's going to congregate along the bottom there. So as I say, nothing really obviously wrong with it. Put that to one side. I went through my box of bits and I found this one here. It is a different part number. That one is 96667 00280. This is 967587880. I don't even know what it's off, to be fair, but the fuse layout on it is very similar, so I'm assuming it's going to have a very similar layout inside, but it's the wrong one for the vehicle. But I've got it here, I might as well try it on and see if it makes any difference. Okay, moment of truth. I've got that donor module on. Put the battery back on. See if the wipers and lights start going ballistic again. It's promising. No wipers on. And the key on. Wipers have parked. No one on the dash. And she runs. Something come up on the display there. Automatic door locking activated. Front right hand door open. Yeah, she runs anyway, so, and as yet, no gremlins, no buzzing coming from the BSM. Everything's all quiet under there. So I think this is probably the root of all evil. Just one last thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and do a code clear on the vehicle and see if anything comes back. So we've got an engine fault, one fault there. Preheat and glow plug. This BSM could be out of a petrol vehicle, I don't know. But all the time we've been standing here, the wipers haven't switched on and the lights haven't come on. So I'm going to call BSM on this. I'm going to order one from the dealer for tomorrow and put it on the van. I think that'll be a fix. I will update yous as and when.